Previously on Chilling.
Nicole arrived in Uganda as a refugee from the DRC. 2 babies in her arms, her husband by her side, and nothing but hope in her heart.
My story began when everything busted in Goma. And then we decided, we say, let's go to Kenya so that we can find a refuge. Then reaching there, I found myself pregnant because I was just married at that time.
What started as a survival skill became her calling. From a small home saloon to founding Kampala's longest standing braiding business.
Yeah, back home plaiting hair was like something for people who are desperate, something for people who are abandoned, neglected.
This is Chilling.
Alright, welcome back to the best of the good life. I'm Drago and I'm so pretty excited because I feel like I'm the lucky one. I mean, who am I? I don't even think I'm worthy to have such a big lady of such a big magnitude. You know, I'm pouring all this on you because you deserve it. Yeah? You've earned it, you've earned it. This lady is, she's a special lady. You can call her our own version of Beyonce. How? Because, why are you laughing? Yeah? Because she is a winner in a certain world of hair and she's ultimately the best. Now, if you're familiar with the brand called Tshani Braids, I know some of you Instagram addicts and some of you customers that know this brand know her and you've seen her, but she's here to share her story. She tells us how everything shaped up for her, how everything started. And the most exciting thing and most charming thing is that despite all her fame, she has used this to good use. She has used it to empower girls. She has used it to empower so many people. A lot of people have thrived under her. More than 200 people have graduated through her hands and gone in life to become so successful. Ladies and gentlemen, who am I talking about? I'm talking about a special lady, extraordinary lady called Tshani Nicole. Look at you. How does it make you feel, like having a person talking all that good about you?
Just you send back the glory to God because He's the only one who can make you be where you are. So many of my Congolese people, they do hair like me, but they don't do what I do. Yeah. It's all by the grace of God.
It's so crazy. I mean, I've seen that brand before. My girlfriend makes hair at your salon, but I just saw her on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know the brains behind this. I mean, are you shocked at how big it is and how many people of big stature come to your shop?
I also don't know. As I said, I will always talk about my God because I give all the credits. I cannot say that it's hardworking. I cannot say that it is this because I see my fellow Congolese working hard. I have seen them knowing how to do hair. But where I am is not where they are, simply because grace of God, I think, maybe, which I believe.
I like it that you're so modest. I like, oh my God, it's something so...
I wouldn't give credit to
so
myself.
Enticing about. You're so modest about yourself. You're like, it's God above everything.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. That's all I can say. Because that is God.
So last week, for any person that wasn't watching this, you've really missed, but you've not missed a lot because we are now going to touch the real gist of the story. I mean, your husband comes back after a while, yes, but he comes back empty-handed, with nothing.
With nothing.
But he
ready to die with me.
Barely did he know that you were crafting something back in Nairobi, and you had this. Tell me about that revelation when you came to find out that you actually had something going on.
Actually, he didn't know anything because there was no phone, nothing. He didn't know at all. For him, he was even worried if I am still there with the kid, because he knew he paid for 1 month and he has gone for 4 months.
Yeah.
So he was really so worried. And then when he came, those Rwandese friend of mine were there. They had somebody knocking at that door. Then they came to ask him, "Are you Claude?" He said, "Yes." "Do you know where is my wife and my baby?" He said, "Yes."
But he could remember the address, right?
Yes, he knew where I was staying because
Yeah.
it was just on the road.
So the name of your firstborn, it's a girl, right?
Yes, Marite.
She's abroad.
Yeah, she's in Canada.
Okay,
she
she's
also worked.
How old was she by then?
By then she was like 3 months. Okay, my husband went when she was 2 months, and then my husband came when she was 7 months.
Okay, so I also understand, is she like the creative director in your company or
Yes,
something?
yes,
She holds a
yes.
big post.
She has worked
you see,
for some time.
I've done
She's
research.
yeah.
I've done research about it.
She has been the mirror for this Tshani for some time.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also have another fantastic daughter whom I know personally, whom we're going to talk to later on.
Yeah,
I'm excited to meet her. I really want to ask her a genuine opinion about you and what she thinks about this empire that you've built for them and for the world, you know, because you're so selfless. And so by that time you said your first daughter was how old when your husband came back?
7 months. And
7
he left
months.
when the girl was 2 months.
Okay.
2.5 months. Yeah.
Oh, that's around 5 months
Yes.
disappearance.
Yes.
And were you pissed? Be honest. Were you so
No.
angry when you saw
No,
him?
I was so-
Well, like, why would you leave us with nothing?
But I knew his personality. He wouldn't do that.
Okay.
It has to be out of his will to do it, because there is nothing he cherished like me and the children. So I knew that he must be in problems. Me, it was a pleasure to see him alive, because when I saw him, he was so small. He has lost weight because he was thinking so much.
By the time he came back.
By the time he came back, it was like a skeleton has come back. So he even hugged me, said that I have come to die with you.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what?
Nicole, everything was working out. Everything was seeming to be shaping up very well. I mean, you're beginning to discover yourself, to start up something for your family. Why leave Nairobi to Uganda? What was the influence of that?
Yeah, so the influence was 1997, there was election in Kenya. So they were like, they started arresting the refugee because there were so many Rwandese, so many Congolese who came out from the war. They started disturbing the
Was that
refugee.
Mao Kibaki? Which
It
election
was Daniel Arap Moi.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It was Arap Moi. So at that time, they were arresting. There was random arrest. There is a time they arrested my husband. At that time, I had the second baby. They arrested him for no reason. They picked him from the street. I had to be going with my baby, carrying my baby in the back, going. Until we said, oh my goodness, we miss home. Let's just go. Even if there is war, we just go. Because living in people's land is a bit complicated. That was for us. So we decided, we say, when he wanted to come back, because when he came out, he lost a lot of weight, too many things. Until we said, we have to leave this place, we have to go back. At least at home, nobody will arrest us like this.
Oh, so you went back to Congo?
We didn't. When we said we were going back, that was 97, the war of Banyamulenge started in Congo. Oh no, there is another rebel movement that has come called the Banyamulenge in the eastern Congo. We were supposed to go back to the eastern, so we couldn't. And then my husband said, Kenya, I don't want. Maybe we go to Uganda to wait. When that war will finish, we thought it will finish. We say we come here and then we wait. That's how we ended up in Uganda. We packed, we left everything, we abandoned some things in the house because we just wanted to live. I had a bad memory of the prison, him being in the prison.
Wait, so you came to Uganda with nothing?
Nothing, just the
But you had your savings, right? You had cash?
Very little.
Very little?
Yeah.
Where did you first land? Where
We
did
landed
your
in
feet
a
first
hotel.
land?
There was a certain hotel, Salama, in town, Giseni, around there. We landed in a hotel.
Is it still there?
It's still there, Salama. It's still there. We landed there, and we paid like for some 2 weeks. We said, let's pay for 2 weeks before we figure out the city, how the city is and all that. When I reached there, I came to ask Joyce. I don't know. That's why I say it's a grace of God. Because the first person we saw was her. And then we told her, oh, we are looking for Angela. She said, I don't know Angela, but what I know, I'm looking for a tailor. You Congolese, you know how to do clothes. I told her, I said, no, my husband said, no, I don't know how to do tailoring.
But it sold Bitenji at some point.
Yeah,
right?
we were just selling, but not sewing. Yeah. But that lady was a tailor. She was making the Banyankole wear, things like that, but she needed a tailor. So when we reached there, my husband said, no, for us, we are not tailors. I said, I'm looking for a tailor, and I know you Congolese are good. My husband told her, my wife knows how to do hair, but she doesn't do tailoring. Until she said, oh, you know how to do hair? Come tomorrow and plait me. When I came to the next day, I plaited her hair. When I was plaiting her, she started telling me, you know, the way you are plaiting, you are going to be a big person in Uganda. She already prophesied for me in the first day. Yeah. And then she told me, you are doing so well, you are fast, and it's not even painful. I am going to look for you clients. Wow. Already, she had a cell phone at that time, 1997, yeah. She started calling everybody she knows, and she was a well-connected person. She started calling everybody, no, there is a Congolese lady who does very well. There's nobody who plays like her in town. When I left her place, she booked 3 people for me. Wow. And then she told me, you know what? You can be coming here, even if there is no customer. Because me, I don't know how to look for you. You don't have a phone. You will be coming here, and then if there is a customer, you go. Yeah. So I'll wake up immediately. I got a job. I'll wake up, go to her. When I sit down, she will start calling friends. You are not braiding hair. You come and see this lady. She will force them, and then they will come. Yeah. That's how I managed to raise the money for renting a home.
I mean, there's nothing more stronger than marketing through a word of mouth.
Yes.
You know, call this one, call the other person. You know, Nicole, you can't make this up, okay? So your life has been premeditated in a way that God has placed certain individuals in the form of guardian angels. And everywhere you go, they're just waiting for you to make that move and approach them, and voila, everything just opens up for you. I mean, you're blessed. No wonder you're so selfless. You feel like
it's not me.
A part of you. Yeah.
It's not me. God has just ordained the path, and that's how it worked. So from that day, that person kept on recommending, until she decided to take me to a salon of a friend. She said that, you know, instead of coming to me, this is a salon of my friend. The salon was like near railway in town there. So I started braiding hair there. Then people will come, and then they take me to their home. I played slowly, but unfortunately that person closed the salon, decided to go abroad.
Okay. We're taking a break. I know what you guys are feeling, yeah? You're like, you just didn't do it. Yes, I did. We are going to take a break because this is television, right? We have to manage time. So we are going to be back with another part, which is probably going to be the last part. Now, this is where we're also going to talk about her foundation. What is this foundation? What does it stand for? Find out that and more when we return on Chilling. All right, thank you very much for staying with us. Now, Nicole, here you are pretty getting excited about this salon, and then somebody decides to close it and goes abroad. What do you do then?
I decided now to start plaiting at home, my first home where I rented. First of all, I started going...
Still around Salama?
No. Yeah, Kabalagala.
Oh, Kabalagala.
Actually, the house is just next door.
Oh, okay. Yes. You're lying.
Yes. So yeah, I decided to get a house. Then I started plaiting because I was missing my children. They were so young, and then I was never there for them. The girl that I came with from Congo is the one who was keeping the children. Every day when you come, they will tell you your kid has walked, your kid has pushed the tooth. So I've never been...
You've never experienced this transition.
And it was killing me because I knew when I was getting married that I'll be a housewife. I'll sit at home, do nothing. Raise my children, love them, cook for them. That's what I knew. So then life took me to a direction I never planned.
You're too busy. You hardly have time for family now.
I didn't have time. Yeah. So I started at home. Some few clients who like me. First of all, my husband told me, what we are going to do with the savings we have, you get a cell phone. Okay. So I got my first cell phone also in 1997.
That was a good suggestion. Yes. That was a good suggestion.
Because all my clients I was plating, they had cell phones. So they wanted to know, where do we get you now that the salon is closed?
And now the ones you left in Nairobi, what happened?
The one I left in Nairobi, they were so hard. But it's, some of them, few of them will come. And then what happened is, when I started now, I got a cell phone. I gave one person, the person gave another one, the person gave another one. So I ended up being busy at home because I wanted to be also with my children. Yeah. I will play it in my sitting room. When a customer comes in the morning, we make tea, we take together until I finish.
What about delegating? Why couldn't you think about having maybe some extra person as part of a team?
Before it was like you have one client in a week, or 2 clients in a week. So I was able to do it by myself. It started getting bigger. The recommendation became bigger and bigger. You have 3 people. That's when I now called the girl who was working with me in Kenya to come. She came over. We plated for some time. Then I started hiring 1, 2, 3, until I saw like it was serious. In 2007, I decided to register it as a business.
Who gave you the crazy idea of opening up this company under your name? Shan Brains. Who gave you? Wouldn't you come up with any other name?
No, but Shan is our family name.
Okay.
It's my husband's name, and my other daughter, who was taking care of the salon at that time, she was known as Shani. Yeah. So people started saying, "Oh, I'm going to do hair at Shani's." So to make it like to be emphasized.
It even sounds stylish. Eh? It has a flow to it. It has a certain cool flow to it. Yeah?
We are all Shani. She's Shani. Everybody's Shani. Yeah. So it's our family name. So that's where the name Shani came from. So when she came in, she also did her part wherever she could, and then she brought it where it was. But then in 2001, there was some NGO who wanted me to train their girls. So when I started the training, I said, okay, oh no, they told me we are going to partner every time we have a refugee. Because the NGO was rehabilitating the refugee. Those ones who have been mistreated, those ones who have been rejected. So they have been rehabilitating them.
And somehow you had a special connection with this. Because you've been there.
Yes.
You faced it.
Yes. When I saw them, I just remember where I came from. I just remember.
This kind of spoke to you, Nicole, right? When you met them, you're like, this is my calling.
I felt for them because I knew what they were going through. I went through that road. I felt like I shouldn't leave them. And then I trained. First of all, they brought me 7 girls. I trained all the 7. And then when I finished, the NGO told me, oh, if you have a space to keep them, because for us, we don't know where to keep them. At that time, I didn't have a vision of growing bigger like now. I just saw that I don't leave them, because I asked the NGO, what do you do with them? The NGO said, for us, our job is finishing here, because we rehabilitate them, and then we show them something, a skill, and then we leave them.
Wow.
I asked the girls, now where are you going to go? They didn't know where to go. And I felt like I should keep them. Okay. I said, okay, I am limited with my work, but I can keep them. So that's how I kept them. And they fit so well. And then they didn't have belongings, because I asked them, when you are going to go, where will you go back? They told me they were staying in churches. Without parents, they just stay in the church. I said, oh my God. So now you are going to go back to the church? Yes. I tried to talk to the NGO. I said, now if you send them back, they are still going to be traumatized, because you have worked on them and then you are releasing them. What do we do?
No, because Nicole, you understand these gypsies. We call them gypsies. Somebody comes at certain places like an alien. They don't have any trace or any back root of that sort. So what other values were you instilling in these girls besides creating a home for them, a place they can call a home? Yeah,
when they came, of course, they had the NGO work on them a little bit. So they are a bit polite, they can listen to you and all that. But then they had, I don't know how to say, they will grab things because they think there will be no tomorrow, So I had to work on that so much.
Like greed
yeah,
also?
yes. So like sometimes I will surprise them. I'll buy a cake because I know they don't eat cake so much. I'll send for cake, or sometimes I'll send for pizzas. You will see one person taking 4 pieces of pizza. I said, but you were here at that time, they were like 12. I said, you were 12. Now you take 4. There are 2 packets. How do we do it? You put back, you share. How many is here? Divide. So that was something new, because in the refugee camp, they used to fight for things.
Yeah.
And then you take, the more you take, the more you eat for 5 days.
I mean, survival for the fittest.
Yes.
There is nothing. It just avails at once.
Yes.
I mean, ladies are their egos. Girls are usually not so easy creatures to manage. Especially, you know, they easily get distracted. You know, they get so many challenges along the way, because a boy child can easily be managed compared to a girl child. How do you deal with this? How do you make sure that they stay grounded and focused, most importantly, to their target? Like, don't move around at night, don't see boys will confuse you, you know, stories like this.
I use the word of God. I think that was the real, I can say the real chiboko for them, because I will preach to them. I will tell them I was like you. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. But God, for God to work in you, you have to be obedient to God. Yeah. These things you are not supposed to do. This one you are supposed to do. You can't do this. You can. So I will have a lot of time talking to them about the gospel, relating it with their lives. I will tell them I was also lost like you. I didn't know. I didn't even have anyone. But God has brought me here because I was faithful and obedient. So I teach them, I talk to them, they listen. Hey, they know, Mama doesn't like this. Yeah. Mom, even God doesn't like this. Mm-hmm. So that's how I manage. That's why I keep saying it's not me.
I want to understand the structure of your foundation. I mean, how does it blossom into you having, because I read, I did some background research, you could brag to having about 200 of them that have passed through your hands, you know, and over 50 that have graduated, you know. How have you managed such big numbers, and how has it become that flamboyant?
No, it is gradually. You don't do it at once. You do gradually, team by team. Okay. Yeah, and then in the team you choose who you can keep, because there is always the best in the team. There is always the best, and then there is always somebody who will never pick anything. So you pick the best, and then they graduate, and then you see if you can keep them or not.
Okay, so these have to be excellent, and they have to excel in braiding and hairstyling and that of sort. Okay, so I mean, what's the future like for this foundation?
It makes me feel good to give hope to the hopeless, like to give a belonging to somebody who is lost.
Because little Tshani can never understand where you came from with this, you know, with the hardship, and you know, she might not understand where you came from with this. I mean, the fighting spirit and the survivor's remorse. Like I told you, how hard you had to fight to make sure that it stands. How do they understand this?
They do understand, because they know that I am the product of hard work. I am the product of helping people. It makes me feel good when I see that somebody who was rejected has been like recovered and is now living like a normal person.
Of course, with your acceptance, we are going to be flashing around the footage of this foundation, the place. I've been there. I loved what I saw. I mean, it was so eye-opening. I was shocked. The shock factor I had when I saw these ladies all seated at once, being crafty, loving what they are doing with a smile. You know, you enter there, they invite you. I mean, it feels so cozy and welcome being there. And we shall be flashing that footage. It will be going around, and of course I'm going to have a conversation with one of your people. I won't mention who. You'll be shocked when you see that person on the full edit of the interview. But yeah, Mama, what's your last word regarding this, the future of the girl child, and especially for a person that is trying, you know, to be looking out for them, you know? What do you have to say in general?
What I have to say, I always believe that the older people have the money, the younger people have the vision. We just have to believe in you people, young people, and give you a chance. As I said, we believe in you. and give you a chance.
So, Mama, it's just never about charity with Tshani. Yeah? You also have prospect clients that, of course, do bookings. How does this work? I mean, in terms of business, because it's just not about charity. You know, however much you have a giving heart. Like what I said at the beginning, give what belongs to Caesar. You know. So, how do some of these clients get in touch with your product and come to your shop and?
Yeah, they book. We have a line for booking.
Yeah, please give it out.
0752 696 391, and then we are also on Instagram.
Okay.
Tshani Braids. Yes, and yeah, people can contact us mostly through WhatsApp. The number is 0752 696 391. We are located in Chibuli. I think most people know because we have been around for 25 years.
Wow, 25.
Yes. So we have trained enough people, and we have a good clientele, really, I can say, who know that we do bookings, and they book, and then they come.
Those who know.
Yes. Those who know, they know.
Those who know, they know.
Yes.
You've been tested and approved.
Yes. What I want them to know, my clients, is like every time they support me, they are supporting one child, one girl.
Wow.
Every time they come to me, they have given life to one refugee or something.
Wow, what a life-changing story I've heard. I mean, I'm a changed man. For some reason, I wish I was a female. You know, I would feel like this would definitely be first-hand information for me. Please check out Tshani Braids on Instagram. They are really amazing. You will be shocked with the clients they have on that page. Bye, take care, and have a good evening. It has been yours truly, Drago. And this is Chilling, one of the best shows on the land. Bye, take care.
Next week on Chilling.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Bandwagon effect.
It is a full circle moment with the Tshanis. We'll be talking to Glacier Tshani, Nicole's last born daughter, who will be giving us more exciting guests about her mother.
2 weeks ago. We see her as an icon. We see her in different versions, but I'm pretty much sure you also perceive her in a different way. How was it like growing up around her? Which kind of woman was she in the slightest memories you have of her?
So, I don't know where I'm going to start because
Please,
it's a long one.
From anywhere. We have all the time in the world.
So me, I basically came into the picture later when she's already kind of established herself.